Lisa, a dedicated black waitress, had been serving at the predominantly white-owned restaurant for several years. Every day she worked tirelessly to provide excellent service to all patrons, regardless of the challenges she faced. Lisa's resilience and determination to prove herself in an environment where she often felt out of place were remarkable. She consistently faced discrimination from some customers who refused her service because of her race. These encounters, while painful, did not deter Lisa. Instead, she allowed her kindness and positive attitude to shine, gradually winning the hearts of many customers. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. Among those she served was an elderly, disabled white man named Henry, who frequented the restaurant. Henry was in his late 70s and had grown accustomed to the challenges of maneuvering his wheelchair alone. One cool evening, as Lisa was nearing the end of her shift, she noticed the doorbell jingle, signaling a new customer. Seeing Henry struggling to pull his wheelchair through the door, Lisa immediately rushed to his aid, her heart full of compassion. Lisa's assistance was heartfelt. She treated Henry with the utmost respect and care, something that profoundly touched him. Henry, used to doing everything by himself, was moved by Lisa's genuine kindness. For her, helping others came naturally, and she never hesitated to assist anyone in need, irrespective of their race. Despite her shift ending, Lisa stayed behind to ensure Henry received VIP treatment. Her dedication and warmth brought a broad smile to Henry's face, and he promised to return the following weekend. True to his word, Henry became a regular at the restaurant. At each visit, Lisa treated him with the same warmth and kindness, viewing him as a father figure. She noticed the contrast between his bright smile and the sadness in his eyes, making it her mission to bring joy to his life whenever possible. Henry's appreciation for Lisa's kindness grew, and their bond strengthened over time. 2 weeks later, Henry arrived at the restaurant, only to be met with an unexpected obstacle. The new manager, Anderson, known for his no-nonsense attitude, stopped Henry at the entrance. Anderson reasoned that Henry's wheelchair was obstructing other diners, making it difficult for them to walk in and out of the restaurant. He harshly ordered Henry to leave and never return, leaving Henry feeling confused and humiliated. Lisa, witnessing this unfair treatment, was deeply upset. She had seen firsthand how much Henry enjoyed his visits and how he valued the friendship they had developed. Determined to stand up for what was right, Lisa approached Anderson, advocating for Henry's right to dine at the restaurant. She emphasized the importance of treating all customers with dignity and respect, regardless of their physical abilities. Her passionate defense of Henry highlighted her unwavering commitment to kindness and justice. Despite her efforts, Anderson remained unyielding, and Henry was forced to leave. Heartbroken, Lisa continued to serve with the same dedication, knowing that her actions had made a significant impact on Henry's life. Her kindness and resilience exemplified the power of compassion in the face of adversity. "All right, since you don't want to leave on your own accord, I'll have to ask the guards to throw you out," Anderson bellowed. Henry, now close to tears, was too shocked to move. He had never been this humiliated because of his disability. To him, no one in their right mind should ever be that rude to a disabled man like him. But Anderson was a quintessential racist, and he wasn't bluffing. Guards. The new manager shouted at 2 guards nearby. "Please throw this disabled thing away from here," Anderson ordered. The men, eager to impress their new manager, swung into action and strode towards the visibly scared Henry. The guards were already closing in on Henry like a pack of hyenas on prey when a voice thundered, "Anyone who touches this poor man will have to come through me." Everyone involved in the unfolding drama, including Henry, turned sharply towards the direction the voice came from. And who else but Lisa? Lisa had been observing the whole scene and came rushing over to Henry's side as soon as she saw the guards storming towards him. By then, Henry was already shivering from fear. Lisa immediately put her arms around him and said, "It's okay. I'm not going to let them hurt you. You're safe." Her presence gave Henry a much-needed sense of comfort, and he felt hugely relieved at once. As for the two guards, Lisa's bone-chilling countenance stopped them right in their tracks, with both looking from Anderson to Lisa and back. Anderson recovered from his initial shock in time and, in a bid to win back the situation slipping away from his fingers, thundered at Lisa, "You're fired. You can now leave the restaurant with your disabled friend." Lisa's eyes popped open as soon as she heard those words. Fear gripped her as she realized the consequences of losing her only source of income, which would send her family into misery as they all depended on her for survival. Putting aside her troubles, Lisa gently wheeled Henry outside the restaurant. Henry wasted no time in consoling Lisa. He first profusely thanked her for her kindness in coming to his defense, but also made it clear to Lisa that she shouldn't have sacrificed her job for his sake. Lisa, clearly trying very hard to put on a brave face, told Henry not to worry about her and that she was fine. But Lisa wasn't fine. As soon as she helped Henry into his car and he drove away, she found a lonely corner behind the restaurant and let it all out. She sat there alone and cried for what seemed like ages. Afterward, Lisa stood up and headed home, where she continued her sobbing. If only she knew fate had other plans in store for her. Just 2 days later, Lisa was surprised when she received an unexpected phone call from the restaurant's secretary. The secretary, with an enthusiastic tone, informed Lisa that she was being called back to resume her duties at the restaurant. Lisa could hardly believe what she was hearing. It turned out that one of her colleagues, EVA, had captured the entire unfortunate incident involving Lisa and the manager, Anderson, on her camera phone. Eva had a personal grudge against Anderson due to his stringent new rules since taking over as the restaurant's manager. This vendetta made her eager to bring his behavior to light. The restaurant's owner, Watson, was astounded to learn that one of his managers could be so disrespectful to a disabled patron. The news of Anderson's rudeness was deeply troubling to him. Without wasting any time, Watson contacted his lawyer, Mark, who promptly visited the restaurant the following day. After reviewing the situation, Mark took decisive action. Anderson was dismissed from his position, and the deputy manager was promoted to take his place. Additionally, Watson gave instructions for Lisa to be reinstated to her previous role immediately. This swift resolution meant that Lisa was not only able to reclaim her job, but also was met with heartfelt congratulations from Henry, who was overjoyed to hear of her good fortune. As time passed, life seemed to settle back into a familiar rhythm. One evening, Henry decided to visit the restaurant, hoping to enjoy a pleasant meal and engage in a warm conversation with Lisa. However, he was taken aback to find Lisa sitting alone in a distant corner of the restaurant, her demeanor decidedly somber. Concerned, Henry wheeled closer to her and inquired about the cause of her distress. Despite Lisa's initial insistence that everything was fine, Henry's intuition told him otherwise. His familiarity with Lisa's personality led him to dig deeper, and eventually, she confided in him about her recent troubles. Lisa revealed that she had been evicted from her apartment. She had been sharing the place with a friend, but after her friend had moved out of the city 3 months earlier in search of better opportunities, Lisa found herself unable to cover the rent on her own. Most of her salary had been diverted to the care of her ill children, leaving her financially strained and ultimately homeless. Henry, moved by her plight, did his best to offer comfort and reassurance, encouraging her that things would eventually get better. 3 days later, Lisa received a small package delivered by a courier. As she held it, she couldn't help but feel a sense of curiosity and anxiety. Her hands trembled slightly as she unwrapped the package, revealing its contents wrapped in layers of tissue paper. Inside, she found a set of keys and a neatly folded note. Her heart raced as she recognized Henry's elegant handwriting on the note. She was bewildered and could not immediately understand why Henry would send her keys. Her mind raced with possibilities. Was Henry back in town? Was he nearby? Did he need her to run errands at his place? Or was he perhaps requesting a private meeting? As she continued to contemplate these questions, Lisa carefully unfolded the note. Her eyes scanned the words, and as she read them, she was overcome with a profound mixture of disbelief and gratitude. "My dearest Lisa, it feels so right to do this. You've been an amazing friend and companion for years. Your acts of extreme kindness and hospitality, even when you didn't know who I was, have touched my heart deeply. As a token of my appreciation, I am leaving you the keys to my house. I hope this gesture helps with your housing situation and provides you with a new beginning. Continue to embody the goodness and warmth you have always shown. With heartfelt love, Henry." Henry's words echoed in Lisa's mind, each sentence resonating with profound gratitude and warmth. The note, written with such sincerity, made Lisa's heart swell with a mix of disbelief and joy. The gesture was so unexpectedly generous that it left her feeling overwhelmed. The idea that a person who had once been a mere customer could offer her a home, a sanctuary, was almost too incredible. As the reality of Henry's gift began to sink in, Lisa felt a lump form in her throat, her eyes brimming with tears. The enormity of the gift, a house, was something she could scarcely fathom. She had shared many moments with Henry over the years, heartfelt conversations, shared laughter, and moments of solace. But never had she imagined that such a relationship could lead to something as life-changing as this. The notion of a stranger, with whom she had no familial ties, entrusting her with his home was both humbling and bewildering. Despite her excitement, Lisa remained composed, aware that she was still on duty at the restaurant. She decided to wait until her shift was over before visiting the house. Every minute felt like an eternity as she navigated the busy restaurant, her mind racing with thoughts of what awaited her. Once her shift ended, Lisa wasted no time. Clutching the keys tightly, she headed toward the address Henry had given her. The streets seemed to stretch endlessly as she walked, her anticipation growing with each step. When Lisa finally arrived at the address, she was struck by the grandeur of the house. The imposing duplex stood as a testament to Henry's generosity, its presence a stark contrast to the modest apartment she had been living in. The house seemed to glow in the soft light of the evening, its welcoming aura almost palpable. With trembling fingers, she inserted the key into the lock. The gentle click of the door opening resonated in the quiet night, marking the beginning of a new chapter in her life. As Lisa stepped inside, she was enveloped by the warm, inviting atmosphere of her new home. The interior was bathed in a soft, golden light, and the air was filled with the delicate fragrance of fresh flowers. The house seemed to embrace her, each corner radiating warmth and a sense of belonging. Though the home was now hers, it still carried the subtle, sweet scent that reminded her of Henry. Overcome with emotion, Lisa sank into the plush sofa, feeling a profound sense of gratitude and awe. This unexpected act of kindness had transformed her life in ways she had never imagined. Despite the joy of becoming a homeowner overnight, Lisa couldn't shake the feeling of longing for Henry's presence. She missed seeing him at the restaurant, where their interactions had become a cherished part of her routine. Henry's absence left a void, and Lisa found herself yearning for the familiar sight of him entering the restaurant, ready for their conversations and his usual orders. Days turned into weeks, and Henry remained conspicuously absent. Lisa's concern grew with each passing day. She prayed for his well-being and hoped that wherever he was safe and content. The house, though a symbol of his generosity, also served as a constant reminder of his mysterious absence, leaving Lisa with a lingering sense of worry and a deep longing for closure. Even with her newfound wealth, Lisa didn't stop working at the restaurant. She had come to love the job and enjoyed seeing the joy on people's faces as she served them. Lisa threw herself into her work to distract from her worry and concern about Henry's well-being and whereabouts. A year and a half later, a lawyer named Jacob walked into the cozy restaurant where Lisa worked. Spotting Lisa, he approached her with a somber expression, indicating he needed to talk. Lisa, wiping her hands on her apron, welcomed Jacob to a table and waited anxiously. Jacob introduced himself as Henry's personal lawyer. Lisa's heart sank as she braced herself for bad news. Jacob didn't beat around the bush. He told Lisa that Henry had passed away. Shock coursed through Lisa and tears welled up in her eyes. Henry had been such a significant part of her life, his sudden absence felt like a gaping hole in her heart. As Lisa struggled to process the news, Jacob explained that he was there to read Henry's will. Lisa nodded, her mind reeling with questions and emotions. Jacob began to unfold the details of Henry's life, painting a picture of a man who had endured immense hardship. Henry, Jacob revealed, was once married to a wealthy woman. However, tragedy struck when they were involved in a devastating car accident. Lisa listened intently as Jacob described how Henry survived the crash but was left paralyzed and emotionally scarred. The accident shattered his world, leaving him confined to a wheelchair and haunted by PTSD. Despite his physical limitations, Henry showed remarkable resilience. He took charge of managing his late wife's business empire, relying on a trusted team to oversee operations. Lisa marveled at Henry's strength, imagining the challenges he must have faced while grappling with his own trauma. However, fate dealt Henry another cruel blow when he was diagnosed with end-stage liver disease. Lisa couldn't imagine the weight of such a prognosis on someone who had already endured so much. As Jacob spoke, Lisa's admiration for Henry grew, realizing the depth of his resilience and strength. She marveled at how he continued to manage his late wife's chain of businesses, even after being crippled by the fatal accident. Despite PTSD, Henry faced life with a smile on his face. As the years passed, Henry knew he would eventually need to leave his wealth to an heir. With no children and distrust of his relatives, he faced a dilemma. He sought someone smart and compassionate, someone who wouldn't be swayed by wealth and would treat others with respect. Initially, Henry intended to leave his fortune to his caregiver, Betty. However, that plan was shattered when Betty betrayed him by absconding with a significant sum of money. Henry had trusted Betty, believing she would honor his needs after his wife's passing. Unbeknownst to him, Betty had her plans. Henry had been deeply betrayed by Betty, a woman who had carefully ingratiated herself with him to gain his trust. Once she had secured his confidence, Betty and her lover seized the opportunity to steal a staggering $50,000. The betrayal left Henry devastated and at a critical juncture, grappling with who he could trust with his legacy. Despite quickly finding a new caregiver to replace Betty, the trust he once had in others was irrevocably shattered. Just when it seemed that trust was an unattainable luxury, fate stepped in with Lisa's entrance into Henry's life. Her genuine kindness and steadfast support brought a new sense of warmth and comfort to Henry, filling the void left by Betty's treachery. Through their burgeoning friendship, Henry found solace and a renewed sense of companionship amidst his sorrow. In deep appreciation for Lisa's unwavering support and the profound impact she had on his life, Henry made the momentous decision to bequeath his entire estate and a substantial sum of money to her. This act of generosity was not just a testament to his gratitude, but also a recognition of the profound difference Lisa had made in his final days. As Henry approached the end of his life, he retreated to his countryside home to spend his remaining days in solitude. Aware that his time was drawing near, he prepared himself for a peaceful departure with his will already in place. Henry found a sense of tranquility in knowing that he had made arrangements that would ensure his legacy would endure through someone he trusted deeply. When Jacob concluded his narrative of Henry's final days, Lisa was enveloped in a swirl of emotions: gratitude for the incredible gift, disbelief at the enormity of it, and profound sadness at the loss of her dear friend. Yet amid the grief, there was also a glimmer of hope, as Lisa understood that Henry's legacy would live on through her actions, and his generosity would continue to make a positive impact on the world. With the inheritance, Lisa, once a humble waitress, embarked on a new chapter filled with purpose and responsibility. She was determined to use her newfound wealth to provide the best possible care for her children, ensuring they had access to quality education and a nurturing environment became her top priority. Lisa purchased a 6-bedroom mansion in the heart of the city, creating a safe and loving home where her family could thrive. She was resolute in her commitment that her family would no longer experience hardship. In a tribute to Henry's memory and the values he had instilled in her, Lisa established an academy dedicated to supporting individuals with disabilities. This academy became a symbol of her belief in the equality and worth of every person, regardless of their physical challenges. Through her academy, Lisa aimed to offer disabled individuals opportunities for growth and success, providing a platform for them to be valued and supported. The academy flourished under Lisa's guidance, emerging as a beacon of hope and inclusion for many who had previously felt marginalized. Lisa's dedication to both her work at the academy and the well-being of her children brought her immense satisfaction. The values Henry had imparted to her, resilience, kindness, and the power of giving, continued to shape her decisions and actions. Her children thrived in their new surroundings, excelling academically and participating in various activities that enriched their lives. The mansion, once just a structure, became a vibrant home filled with love, laughter, and the enduring spirit of Henry's generosity and wisdom. The positive changes brought about by Lisa's academy did not go unnoticed. The local community began to see the profound impact it was having on the lives of people with disabilities. The academy, once a dream nurtured by Lisa's dedication, was now a beacon of hope and inclusion. Its success drew the attention of many, including a prominent journalist who visited to write a feature story about Lisa and her remarkable journey. As Lisa recounted her story, the journalist was deeply moved by her dedication and the transformative effects of the academy. She promised to help raise awareness about the academy's mission and the incredible work Lisa was doing. The resulting article, published in a renowned newspaper, was a turning point. It brought widespread attention to the academy, and soon, donations and offers of support began to pour in from across the country. Lisa was overwhelmed by the outpouring of generosity and realized that her journey was just beginning. With the newfound funds, Lisa embarked on an ambitious expansion of the academy. She added new facilities designed to accommodate a wider range of disabilities and hired specialized staff to provide tailored support. The academy became a model of inclusive education and empowerment, attracting visitors from other states and even international delegations. Lisa often reflected on Henry's simple yet profound act of kindness, marveling at how it had sparked a chain reaction that had transformed countless lives. As the years passed, Lisa's reputation as a compassionate advocate for the disabled continued to grow. She was invited to speak at prestigious conferences, share her insights on talk shows, and consult with policymakers on enhancing accessibility and inclusion. Each opportunity allowed Lisa to honor Henry's memory and ensure that his legacy endured. Her work was not only a tribute to his generosity, but also a testament to the power of compassion and determination. One day, while Lisa was at the academy, she received a surprise visit from an old friend, Eva. Eva had recorded the video that had played a crucial role in Anderson's dismissal. She had been following Lisa's journey through the media and was inspired by her achievements. Their reunion was filled with joy as they spent hours catching up, reminiscing and marveling at Lisa's incredible progress. "Lisa," Eva said, her voice filled with admiration, "you've become a beacon of hope for so many people. I am so proud of everything you've achieved. Henry would be incredibly proud too." Lisa's eyes glistened with tears as she smiled. "Thank you, Eva. I couldn't have done it without the support of friends like you. Henry's kindness gave me the strength to persevere, and now it's my turn to give back and make a difference." Their heartfelt conversation was a poignant reminder of how far Lisa had come, driven by the simple yet profound impact of Henry's gesture. It was a testament to how one act of kindness could ripple outwards, creating waves of change and inspiring others to continue the cycle of giving and compassion. As Lisa continued to build on her successes, she never forgot the struggle she had faced as a single mother and a black waitress in a predominantly white establishment. She used her platform to advocate for equal opportunities and fight against discrimination in all its forms. Lisa's story became a powerful testament to the transformative power of kindness and resilience. Years later, Lisa was honored with a prestigious humanitarian award for her contributions to society. During her acceptance speech, she recounted her journey and the pivotal role Henry had played in her life. She dedicated the award to him, acknowledging that his act of generosity had not only changed her life, but had also created a ripple effect that touched countless others. As Lisa looked out at the audience, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had fulfilled Henry's wish and continued his legacy of compassion and empathy. The Academy thrived, her children excelled, and Lisa herself had become a symbol of hope and strength. She knew that as long as she kept Henry's spirit alive through her actions, his kindness would never be forgotten. In the end, Lisa's story was not just about inheriting wealth, it was about inheriting a responsibility to make the world a better place. Through her work at the Academy, her advocacy, and her dedication to her family, Lisa ensured that Henry's legacy of kindness and generosity would endure for generations to come. Thank you for joining us today. We've explored so much together about the importance of staying active, maintaining a healthy weight, and embracing a positive mindset. We've also delved into the crucial roles of good hygiene, personal cleanliness, and meditation for a fulfilling life. What have you learned from this video? We'd love to hear about one thing you plan to bring into your daily life. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content.